This though, they're headed by Strath Royal. The Brennans have been in form all season. Martin Brennan rides the top weight. 2, Chief Minister, as you say, ridden by Adrian Maguire. 3 is Vain Prince, partnered this evening by Mark Dwyer. 4 is Brambleberry, lost form just a bit lately. Richard Guest in the saddle there. 5, Burris Mackaroo, well known as a chaser over hurdles these days, and blinkered tonight. Fraser Perrott claims the £5. 6, Taylor's Prince. Vince Smith has travelled to ride this for the Governor, Hugh Collingridge. 7, Greenacres Lad, partnered by Tony Mulholland for Les Ayres. 8 is Van Aert, ridden tonight by Derek Byrne. Quite a competitive handicap hurdle this. All 8 go. Good to firm ground, as you see.
Well, Chief Minister, the likely favourite. Let's take a look at Chief Minister in winning action. 2 successes. This is at Perth a couple of weeks ago, over 2.5 miles a furlong. It's Peter Hobbs on board that day. Adrian, of course, having ridden him to win its previous race at Doncaster. Always the front rank and quickens up really well between the last 2. Doesn't really jump the last at all, but certainly doesn't stop Chief Minister. And he has far too many guns for Family Line and the rest. Flat racing speed, I would guess, having come from Luca Kumani's yard and then on to Linda Ramsden's, and now up to Tom Dyer's. Cost him 18,000 guineas.
It's hard to say, but they're not really moving for anything else at all. Consequently, Chief Minister, having opened at evens and very briefly been a shade of odds against 11 to 10, is now 10 to 11. 11 to 10 on Chief Minister. Out to 3s goes the feasible form book danger. Strath Royal from 5 to 2. And there, just to underline what I'm saying, not much for the others. Taylor's Prince is steady on 8s. 10 to 1 Brambleberry. 14s Van Aert. Out to 16s go both Burris Mackaroo and Greenacres Lad. And it's 20 to 1 Vain Prince. And of course, by this stage, there would be a bit of money running on with a lot of bookmakers on Maguire's mounts tonight. 10 to 11 Chief Minister.
Well, Chief Minister was in with a great shout, but really does appear to have gone off the boil pretty dramatically.
Yes, I don't know whether that last run, what ground that was on. I think he's been running on every ground. It's really ground that has altered. We've had a very wet winter, and suddenly in the last 3 weeks, spring, the grass is growing and the east winds have blown, and it's dried up very rapidly, and you see a change in form, and horses that are finding form and handling it are very much what you should be following.
And you were mentioning Burris Mackaroo before the race. No surprise at all if this one goes off very fast. A confirmed front runner, and you just never know with the continuing drop in the handicap. He's down now to a very low weight. He might just stay there today. He's certainly in front rank as they come into line and they're off. Away they go then. 2 miles for this handicap hurdle, and Burris Mackaroo joined for the lead early by the grey Brambleberry. Chief Minister as well there early with Vain Prince, another one who's to the fore, but it's Burris Mackaroo cutting out all the running. Strath Royal's further back together with Van Aert and Greenacres Lad, and towards the rear, in fact last of all, is Taylor's Prince. As you can see then, this leader Burris Mackaroo's gone off very fast, and he met the second all wrong really, but he corrected himself and lands about 6 clear from Brambleberry and Chief Minister. Strath Royal now in 4th place, then Vain Prince towards the rear, Greenacres Lad, Taylor's Prince and Van Aert. So Burris Mackaroo at the 3rd, over it nicely. The chasing 2, Brambleberry and Chief Minister, they're only about 5 lengths down now. A break of 3.5 then to Strath Royal racing in 4th. Another 3 to Vain Prince, then 1 length only to Greenacres Lad, who has 2 behind him. Those 2 are Van Aert and Taylor's Prince, who once again now finds himself last of the 8 runners. Slightly uphill and then left-handed and very quickly downhill for Burris Mackaroo, our leader. Takes that turn about 2 in front from Brambleberry in 2nd place. Chief Minister sitting in 3rd and going nicely from Strath Royal in 4th, and they're in Indian file down this side of the course. Vain Prince next, then Greenacres Lad, Van Aert and Taylor's Prince still last. Into the back straight, they've 6 left to take, 3 on the far side and 3 back in the home straight, and it's still Burris Mackaroo who leads, but only now a half a length clear from Brambleberry. The grey horse goes right up on his outside. Into 3rd, Chief Minister, with Strath Royal a close 4th, then Vain Prince, Van Aert making ground. He's now moved into 6th place, Greenacres Lad next, and then at the back of the field Taylor's Prince, and Burris Mackaroo has been headed here by Brambleberry, and that's a very early stage of the race for that to happen. So Brambleberry goes on, half a length clear. Burris Mackaroo now switched to his outside and comes again. Chief Chief Minister in third place for Adrian Maguire as they take the next, and Chief Minister wasn't all that fluent. Strath Royal going well on his inside and remains a very close fourth. Then Van Aert and Vane Prince racing together. Greenacre's Lad and Taylor's Prince has been last throughout and is now getting detached as Burris Mackaroo attacks that next flight on the far side. Still with him though is Brambleberry in second place. Chief Minister with the noseband on the outside of Strath Royal, and these four have gone 2 lengths up on Van Aert and Vane Prince, who are both trying to improve as they continue on down the far side. They have from this stage, I would guess, about 7 furlongs to run, but a long run before they get to the third last. Greenacre's Lad is sticking with them. Taylor's Prince is very remote now and is tailing off 20 lengths off the pack. So Burris Mackaroo now comes under pressure, and you don't really think he'll last. He's being passed by all sorts of horses. Strath Royal's come through with Brambleberry, Van Aert, and on the outside Chief Minister still well there. Vane Prince in 5th place. Then comes Greenacre's Lad, and Burris Mackaroo has now run his race. He is last of the main buck group, but a further 30 or 40 lengths behind is Taylor's Prince pulling up. Down towards the third last then. Maguire, having a confident evening, comes on Chief Minister this side of Strath Royal, and Van Aert's tucked in behind them. Then Vane Prince and Brambleberry, and these 5 tightly grouped just in front of Greenacre's Lad as they approach the third from home. It's going to be Strath Royal with the narrow advantage. Touches down about a half length up on Chief Minister, and these two now quicken the tempo. They've gone away from Van Aert in third place, and then comes Vane Prince. Brambleberry's weakened. Down towards the second last. Strath Royal over it on the far side. Chief Minister this side, and the two appear to have it between them as they charge down towards the final flight. Chief Minister this side. Strath Royal now under pressure. Van Aert's back in third. They've only got the one to jump. Chief Minister Adrian Maguire comes to it. He jumped it really well. Strath Royal though is immensely game on the far side, but he's got an awful lot of weight, and Chief Minister being driven right out by Adrian Maguire. Strath Royal is trying hard to close. Back in third place is Van Aert, but it's the hat-trick for Maguire. Chief Minister's won it from Strath Royal in second. Back in third Van Aert, then came Greenacre's Lad. They were followed home by Vane Prince and Brambleberry. Burris Mackaroo was pulled up, and so